Pre-game at Northwest High School. It's a Southwestern Ohio Conference showdown between the Knights of Northwest and the visiting Edgewood Cougars. Kyle Evans riding solo tonight on Waycross TV. Happy to have you along as we get you set for a conference showdown between two teams that are in the early part of the season. For the Northwest Knights, they're trying to get their first win of the season. They're 0-1-1. Meanwhile, for the Edgewood Cougars, they are 1-1-1. Starting lineups being introduced. First, for the visiting Edgewood Cougars.
Now for your starters. Number 5, Avery Stahlhaber. Number 9, Michelle Seeks.
Northwest Knights going to play a 3-5-2
Number
formation
13,
tonight.
Sierra Barker. Number 14, Heidi Edens.
And at the other end, a 4-4-2.
Number 15, Sierra Stevens. Number 16, Alex Feltz.
Tonight's match
Number 3,
official, Eddie
Maddie Wortley.
Mulatto.
Number
our
6,
linesman,
Casey
Dan
Short.
Cooler, and Brandon
Number 10,
Keepak.
Aaliyah Bennett.
So those are the officials tonight.
Number 11, Riley Todd. And number 19, Kylie
uniforms.
Miller. Their head coach is Vicki Lynn Fall, assisted by Lonnie Reef, Brooke Woodry, and Molly Laynard. Now for your Northwest Lady Knights, the non-starters would be number 1, Leah Anderson. Number 23, Peyton
Northwest
Cole.
Knights being introduced on their home pitch
Number 11,
tonight.
Hannah Chimento.
And they come into
Number 3, Skylar
play. They're in
Warren.
5th place.
Number 15, Alexa Ridings.
Meanwhile, Edgewood comes in
Number
3rd
19,
place
Maury Peterson.
at a 1-1-1 record.
Number in goal 0-0, Mia Chapman and Diana Taboda. Your starters for Northwest will be Jenna Helmer, number 16, Gabriel Harper, number 17, Hunter Cole, number 6,
Northwest Knights,
Cammie
they're
Ford,
playing their 3rd
number
game
10,
at home
Captain
on the
Sierra Boyd,
2017 campaign.
number 18, Haley Russell, number 22, Melanie Wilsbach.
Meanwhile, for the Edgewood Cougars, it's only
Number
their
9,
second
Captain
road
Harley
contest
Warren.
of the season.
In goal, number 14, Amanda Sickles. Number 21, Quinn Newman. And number 27, Kylie Feldman. If you would please stand, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Gorgeous night for soccer. It's a Southwestern Ohio Conference showdown between Edgewood and Northwest. Kyle Evans and Waycross TV happy to bring you tonight's contest. Both teams in their respected huddles will get some final words of encouragement before we kick this one off. And now Edgewood getting some final instructions from their head coach. Vicki Lynn Falls, the head coach of Northwest. Excuse me, for Edgewood. Edgewood in the visiting blue, Northwest Knights in the home white. Well, this is a Northwest team that is looking to improve. 7-8-0 on the 2016 campaign. And just a 500 ball club in the Southwestern Ohio Conference at 3-3-0. We'll dive into some more deep facts as Kayla Bennett gets set to kick this one off. Sit back, relax. And enjoy Southwestern Ohio Conference competition as the Knights kick it off. Knocked out of bounds along the far touchline.
Throw in, Northwest.
Northwest throw in. 2 40-minute halves at the high school level. And if we are tied after 80 minutes, we will tie. Dangerous ball into the box, scooped up by Edgewood's number 14, Amanda Sickles. Northwest trying to control through the midfield. That pass knocked away and off the foot of number 15 and cleared ahead. And cleared out of bounds by number 10 for Northwest. Sierra Boyd. She's one of the 2 captains on this Knights roster. Cougars throw in, headed back to the 30-yard line. Rolls just in front of the Edgewood bench. Onto the foot of Gabriel Harper, and she'll settle things back to number 3. Chipped ahead, up the near side, battling for position. And controlling it, she'll clear it right into the middle. Dangerous spot, but it's cleared away and out of bounds. It'll remain with Edgewood. Let's talk a little bit about the Cougars. They come into play tonight, 3rd in the Southwest Ohio Conference at 1-1-1. 6-2-9 were the Cougars last year, and a below 500 team, 2-4-0 they were in the conference. And an early exit in the postseason as Edgewood was knocked out 2-0 by Troy. Knights controlling. Off the foot and cleared back down. And they'll kick it back to their goalkeeper, who clears it out of play. Knights throw in along the near touchline. It's going to roll out of bounds and be a goal kick coming up. Clear to center. Edgewood tries to settle things down. Cleared out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for number 15, Sierra Stevens. Firing it into Sierra Barker. Now Northwest tries to push it forward onto the foot of Sierra Stevens. And now Northwest captures and brings it along the far touchline. Going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Edgewood goal kick.
Northwest trying to get their first win on the 2017 campaign. Knights battling for position, cleared by Edgewood off the foot and on to the foot of number 11 for the Cougars. They'll push it down the near touchline.
Throw in Northwest.
It'll be a Knights throw in. About 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. Kyle Evans and Waycross TV bringing you Southwestern Ohio Conference soccer on a gorgeous Tuesday night. A little bit of rain showers early this afternoon, but all that cleared out. And these two teams can settle things down.
Offside, Edgewood. Free kick.
Official on the far side raises the flag, indicating offside, so Northwest will take over. Let's go back to the offside. Right there on your left side of your screen, number 14 in blue. And that's why the flag was raised. Cougars clearing it back to center, onto the foot of Haley Russell. Edgewood trying to push forward here in the first half. Nice ball ahead, but just out of the reach of number 10.
Throw in Edgewood.
And then knocked out of bounds. Meanwhile, Edgewood trying to pick up their second win on the season. Alea Bennett will throw it in for Edgewood and right in on goal. Is cleared onto the foot of number 14, Heidi Eden. Now Bennett down the near touchline, knocked out of bounds for a goal kick.
Goal kick, Northwest.
Sierra Boyd will kick it away for Northwest. Off the chest of number 18, Haley Russell, cleared back to center, and Edgewood will try to settle things down. Nice defensive block by number 27,
Edgewood throw in.
Kylie Feldman, with the fancy footwork along the far touchline. This ball kept in by Edgewood's number 11. And this will roll all the way out of bounds for a goal kick.
Northwest goal kick.
I want to talk about these teams. They can score some goals. Last season, Northwest's largest win, 9-0 over Mount Healthy. That was on Tuesday, September 27th. And then we flipped the page. Their largest loss, 5-0, Monday, September 12th against the Wyoming Cowboys. Or in that case, the Cowgirls. little humor there. Knights working it through the middle. Off the foot of Skylar Warren. Touched out of bounds, and Edgewood unable to keep it alive. It'll be a Knights throw-in. Hunter Cole able to fire it in onto the foot of Haley Russell. Sends it across to Jenna Holmler. Now Sierra Stevens intercepts, and Edgewood looks to push it forward. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here in the first. 8.5 minutes or so here from Northwest. Gorgeous night for soccer. Knights push it ahead. A little bit of contact between number 3 of Edgewood and number 16, Gabriel Harper. Knights trying to settle things down. Onto the foot of Melanie Wisback. She lost control momentarily and falls to Haley Russell. Firing this one up and over the goal for the first attempt on goal tonight. Let's go back to the shot on goal right here. A little bit high. Might have been good if it crossed over the field goal, but we're not playing football. Two different kinds of football here. Soccer and football, but battling for possession through the midfield. Falls to the foot of number 10. And Edgewood looks to push it ahead. Sierra Parker had control momentarily, now on the foot of Sierra Boyd, one of the two captains. Another shot. Missed the target and will roll out of bounds.
Corner kick, Northwest.
Corner kick, not a goal kick, my correction. Our first corner kick of the night belongs to Northwest in about the 10th minute. Quinn Newman set to line it up for the Knights. Kick is on the way, into the box, chested down, and Edgewood able to clear. Onto the foot of Alicia Bennett, and she clears it downfield. Plays onside, it's a 2-on-1 if Edgewood can capitalize. Firing it into the middle, but behind, and sets it back for Zoe Stevens, who's gonna launch one, and right on target, making the save is the Northwest goalkeeper. Who's your goal? What's your number? Amanda Sickles making the save for the Knights. This pass kicked out of bounds by Kylie Feldman. She's a midfielder, also a senior on this Knights roster. Edgewood throwing along the far touchline. Ball's bouncing around through the midfield, knocked away. Good defensive effort by Northwest as they look to push it up. Tries to push it up, ahead. And onside play as we continue. Into the corner, knocked right in on goal. A little skipper that is held. That's a fantastic ball as the Knights are able to get down the field and get off a pretty decent shot. Cougars trying to work it through the midfield. Knights playing a 3-5-2 formation tonight. Slides it over to number 17, Hunter Colt. Trying to turn the corner, she'll drop it back into the middle. Gabrielle Harper. Firing one over the crossbar for a goal kick.
Goal kick, Edgewood.
Northwest able to capitalize a couple shots on goal as we take another look at the shot off target. Maddie Wortley will kick it away for Edgewood. Foul in the middle will go against the Knights. A little bit of contact between number 14 and 10 in white. So we'll set it up. Maddie Wortley will kick it away from the 41. Northwest Knights playing their first home football game this Friday night, I was informed. So high school football in week number 2 couple of good ones last week. What was the score of that Woods game? Remember, 32 to what? A couple of good ones last week, including LaSalle and Coleraine. 7-3 LaSalle beating Coleraine. Edgewood looking for a goal here in the first half, just over the head of number 19, Kylie Miller. Let's go back to the opportunity, inches from missing her head, and Edgewood might have had a golden opportunity here in the first half. This will bounce in on the Knights goalkeeper. You said 14 for her, right? The goalie? Sorry, I didn't mark it. Thank you. Both goalkeepers have been fairly busy tonight. Knights trying to push it through the midfield. Deflected off number 10, Alea Bennett. It'll be a Knights throw-in. Knights will throw it up along the near touchline onto the foot of Becca Ballard. Battling for position, she slides it over onto the foot of Riley Todd. Todd looks to continue her momentum down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by Northwest, and a couple of substitutions. First of the night for Edgewood. Of course, at the high school level, there is no sub limit. You're allowed to bring in as many players as you would like. This goes out along the far touchline. Northwest will pick up the throw-in. Well, we talked about Northwest offensively. How about Edgewood? Last year, their biggest win, 11-0 over West Carrollton. That was on Thursday, September 29th. So the Cougars can, offensively, that night they were clicking on all cylinders. Number 3, wheels to the outside. She'll send it inside, but it's intercepted by number 18, Haley Russell. Onto the foot of number 14 and cleared out along the far touchline.
Edgewood throwing.
Northwest throw-in along the far touchline, and now our match official signaling that it should have been a Northwest throw-in. Cougars send it in the middle. Deflected and bouncing around and cleared back onto the foot of number 3, who wheels and slides it up along the far touchline. Firing this one right in front of the Edgewood bench, and a race is on for it. And here comes Edgewood, 2-on-1 opportunity. Sends it in the middle. Not on target, trying to reach number 14, Heidi Edens for Edgewood. It was scooped up. By Amanda Sickles.
Northwest throwing. Edgewood throwing.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Edgewood throw-in. Going back to Edgewood, their biggest loss last year on the 2016 campaign, 8-1 to Ross. Kyle Evans riding solo tonight in our Waycross crew. Northwest High School, glad that you're along for the ride. This rolls out of bounds, I should say, along the near touchline. It's a Cougar throw-in. Sierra Barker elected to throw it in first, and number 10, Alea Bennett comes over, and she will throw it in. About 21 and a half minutes left here in the first half. Opportunities at both ends. Casey Short controlling, slides it over to Riley Todd. Back to Todd in the middle. She's going to fire one ahead, and scooped up by Amanda Sickles. A couple of other Southwest Ohio Conference showdowns going on tonight. Little Miami at Mount Healthy, and Harrison hosting Ross. Got to see Ross last Monday at Marymount. This knocked out of bounds, and that'll be a corner kick. So Edgewood's first corner kick of the night comes with 20 minutes to play here in the first half. Corner kick on the way, high, arcing, and it's going to be a goal kick. So Edgewood unable to capitalize off their first corner kick of the night as we take another look at it. Sierra Boyd will kick it away. She was going to, and now the goalkeeper, Amanda Sickles, will step in. She's a senior on this night's team. Quite a few seniors. 5 to be exact. Harley Warren boots it off the foot of number 16. And cleared back to center. A little bit of a collision, and we play on. Ball rolling up along the far touchline. Edgewood tries to keep it alive, and they do so. Fancy footwork by number 16. And Edgewood continues their momentum up the far sideline. A little bit of collision, no foul, and we play on. And a good ball by number 27, Kylie Feldman. She's a midfielder on this night's roster. A collision between number 18 and number 3 in blue. Edgewood keeps it along the near touchline onto the foot of Alea Bennett. Tries to send it in the middle. Settling it down with Zoe Stevens. Stevens trying to work through traffic. She was being defended very well by Haley Russell, and that ball goes out of bounds for a Knights throw-in. I'm doing good tonight, too. Feeling good about myself. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tony. Edgewood playing their second road game of the season. Meanwhile, Northwest has already played 3 home games on the campaign. Up next for Edgewood, they'll have a date with the Princeton Vikings on Thursday, August 31st of this week. Vikings are 1-1-0. As this ball goes out of bounds along the far touchline, Northwest throw-in. A little bit of collision between number 16, that's Gabriel Hunter. She drops it over to Kylie Feldman, who lifts one down the sideline. Fantastic ball. Good defensive play by Edgewood's number 3, Maddie Wertley. Back in control of the Knights. They send it across the middle, a collision between number 11. And they throw it over to Cardi Smith. Sends it ahead, headed away by a Knight, and a good defensive play. We've seen very good battles between these two teams tonight in the midfield position. Cougars try to keep it alive as they send it to Heidi Evans up along that far touchline, but well defended by Northwest Harley Warren. Cougars throw-in coming up. It's about 16 and a half minutes to play here in the first half. We're still scoreless, 0-0 between Northwest and Edgewood. Battling position continues. Into the middle, knocked away off a Knight's foot, but Edgewood able to maintain possession. They'll send it ahead onto the foot of number 14. Stops at the inline, and a knocked out of bounds for Edgewood's second corner kick of the night.
Corner kick, Edgewood.
Well, Edgewood was unable to connect on their first corner kick of the night. Is that 11? Riley Todd will do the delivery, firing this one, crosses it. Out in front of the goal, headed away by Northwest, and Edgewood tries to settle things down. They're able to do so onto the foot of Alexis Feltz. Could not have asked for a prettier night for soccer. A little humid outside, but we mentioned earlier that the rain came early this afternoon. Not sure if we were going to get this contest in. That ball's headed out of bounds, but the rain passed. And a gorgeous night for soccer. Fantastic work from our lone cameraman tonight. This shot on target and in! A fantastic goal by the Edgewood Cougars. We're going to take a look at the replay. And here in the first half, the Edgewood Cougars have taken a 1-0 advantage.
15 mark, it's Edgewood 1, Northwest 0.
Back to the replay. You know who scored that? Couple of night substitution happening in between the play. So Edgewood has a 1-0 advantage. This ball rolls out along the near touchline. Couple of substitutions for Edgewood. Heidi Evans getting the goal. That's not an official stat, but that's the way I saw it. Knights battling through the midfield. Off of number 22 for Northwest, Melanie Wisback, and this cleared back to number 19. Offside flag went up on the far side.
Offside, Edgewood. Free kick, Northwest.
Go back to the offsides. Watch number 10 right there. Making the pass, and then number 19 in blue, well offside. Catch. Knights and Cougars, 1-0 Edgewood, thanks to a goal by number 14. Looking for more, battling in the box. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Edgewood's third corner kick of the night.
Good work.
About 13 and a half minutes to play here in the first half. Edgewood with a 1-0 advantage over their conference rival in Northwest, looking for another one right here. A couple of substitutions about to come on for Northwest, but not before the corner kick. Into the box, onto the foot, cleared out of the way, got the official. Firing this one off a Knight, and the fourth corner kick of the night coming up for the Edgewood Cougars.
Corner kick, Edgewood.
Let's get one.
Well, Edgewood has now scored 9 goals in their first 4 matches on the campaign. Short corner kick. Drops it back, good defensive play. That'll roll out of bounds for a goal kick
Goal kick, Northwest.
Well, these are two teams that are
Sierra Boyd back in the game.
looking to improve.
And number 23, Peyton Ball.
Since 2012, if you're curious, the Northwest Knights won 4-0 when playing the Edgewood Cougars. Up next for Edgewood, they will take on Independent School Winton Woods. Northwest working through the midfield. Fires it up, but kicked away by Casey Short. And then Edgewood able to maintain possession, started ahead, and Northwest intercepts. Knights trying to get it past number 13. That was Sierra Barker that made the initial block, and now Northwest trying to set up shop. Onto the foot of number 9 as they volley it back and forth. It drops back to number 16. Alex Feltz.
Throw in Northwest.
Throw in for Northwest. Just over 11 minutes to play here in the first half. Edgewood looking to climb the Southwestern Ohio Conference table, as they call it in soccer.
Northwest throw in.
We mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Edgewood came in third place in the conference, had 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Edgewood looking for more. This one cleared out of bounds by number 27, Kylie Feldman, with a good defensive ball in the middle. Kyle Evans and our Waycross crew from Northwest. It's 1-0 Edgewood late in the first half. Still about 50 minutes of soccer to play tonight. So both teams will finish the half strong. They'll regroup at halftime, get some rest and some instructions from their head coaches, and Northwest will be eagerly awaiting to start the second half and find an equalizer. Edgewood looking to go up 2-0, but this ball played back in front of the Edgewood bench, and a booming ball just out of the reach of Amanda Sickles. Let's go back to the replay. A fantastic ball put in from way downtown. You don't hear that term used in soccer very much, way downtown, but she was pretty far out there. This one bouncing around in the midfield onto number 3, Madeline Worley. Now Northwest intercepts and clears it down the near side. Trying to track it down as Melanie Wisback rolls out of bounds. It'll be an Edgewood throw-in.
Throw-in Edgewood.
Conference standings as going into tonight: Harrison leading the division, followed by Little Miami, Edgewood, Ross, Northwest, Mount Healthy, and Talawanda. Talawanda is idle tonight.
Northwest throwing.
Last year it was the Little Miami Cougars taking the Southwestern Ohio Conference, as this ball goes out of bounds for a goal kick. But the 2017 season is extremely early. Still a lot to be determined between now and the playoffs. Battling through the midfield, it's played to number 10, Sierra Boyd, one of the 2 captains, and up the near touchline. Edgewood drops it back and then turns right around the field, starts going down, and that's knocked out of bounds for an Edgewood throw-in.
Edgewood throwing.
Cougars overthrowing this one off
Edgewood throwing.
of number 27 of Northwest. That's Kylie Feldman. She's a senior midfielder. Zoe Stevens will throw it in for Northwest. About a 15-yard throw in. Tapped off the foot of Kylie Feldman yet again. And Edgewood just kind of slowly inching their way down the field. Another throw in at about the 25-yard line by Zoe Stephen. Zoe firing a ball out in front, and out to capture and collect is Amanda Sickles. High kick. Zoe trying to battle her way through, and she was taken down. Let's go back to the replay. There's the collision. Number 18. Fantastic save.
Corner kick, Edgewood.
Off of Northwest. It's Edgewood's fourth corner kick of the night with under 7.5 minutes to play. Take a look at this. Bouncing save. So Edgewood about to kick their fourth corner kick of the night. Meanwhile, at the other end, Northwest only has about 1 or 2 corner kicks. Ball sent in and headed away for another corner kick.
Corner kick, Edgewood.
Barely got her fingers on that. Traffic was coming. And the 5th corner kick coming up for Edgewood. They're racking them up tonight. About 5 minutes and change to play. Another ball in. Kicked out of bounds by number 27, Kylie Feldman. She's been all over the place defensively since Edgewood was about at midfield. They were continuing to push forward. And some good defensive stops along the near touchline. Another corner kick for Edgewood. This time they play it short. Crossing pass will go out of bounds. Tried to connect with number 7, Michaela Mander.
Northwest throwing.
And it'll be a Knights throw-in with just over 5 minutes to play here in the first 40 minutes. It's been a fun physical contest between these two programs. Knights working it through the midfield. Over to the near touchline. Sent ahead. Onto the foot of number 22, Melanie Wisback. She tries to shake off Natalie Wertley. Sent ahead. Onto the foot of number 18 as they battle forward into the corner. And it'll go out of bounds. The ball will belong to Northwest. Fantastic hustle by Haley Russell for Northwest. Throw-in coming by Kaylee Feldman. Feldman fires it in. Headed away by Zoe Steffens for Edgewood. And then the ball goes out of bounds for Northwest's second corner kick of the night. Well, the Knights looking for a late first half equalizer to level us up. Corner kick coming by Kylie Feldman. Feldman fires it into the box. Onto the foot, blocked ahead, and cleared out. Onto the foot of number 10, Sierra Boyd, who lifts it back in, and then Edgewood tries to clear it off the head of Becca Ballard, and the race is on. Onto the foot of Michaela Manuard, sends it ahead. Edgewood looking for more, battling, and a good defensive play by number 16 in white, Gabrielle Harper, the freshman defender, with a fantastic tackle.
Edgewood throwing.
I don't know if you call that tackle. Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with how well I'm doing for a little prep. I appreciate all the games again, Tony. This ball sent into the box and out of Michaela Mandard's reach. It's a goal kick. About 2.5 minutes to play, first half. Kyle Evans riding solo tonight, Waycross TV brings you Southwestern Ohio Conference soccer. This ball sent through the middle onto the foot of Sierra Stevens, who taps it up the far sideline. Cougars send it in, but the offside flag went up.
Offside, Edgewood, free kick, Northwest.
There she is up ahead. Not even close, and the flag quickly went up from our far side official. Edgewood looking for more, but a fantastic defensive play by Harlan Warren. Michaela Mander weaving through traffic, fires one. And then cleared out of bounds by Kylie Feldman, another Northwest throw in deep in the offensive third. Casey Short will throw it in with just over 90 seconds to play in the first half. Sent into the box. And Northwest clears, but Zoe Steffen able to maintain possession. Now on the foot of Alexis Felt. She sends it far side.
One minute.
Final minute of the first half. Becca Ballard with a one-touch pass and sent into the box. Out comes the goalkeeper, lifts it ahead, and this will roll out of bounds. Very lucky as we take another look at it. Out comes Amanda Sickles, and that rolled just to the right of the goal. Final half minute. Northwest and Edgewood, if nothing changes, will head into the locker room. The visitors up 1-0. Northwest throw in along the far touchline. Fantastic throw. Headed and onto the foot of number 22, Melanie Wisback, as they clear it up the near touchline. It'll go out of bounds, and half will come to a close. 40 minutes in the books here at Northwest High School. A Cougars goal has the visitors on top 1-0 at the break. We'll step aside for halftime and come back for the second 40 minutes after this.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Northwest High School, about to get ready to start the second half of action between the Edgewood Cougars and the home Knights. Kyle Evans of Waycross TV bringing you this one. It's been a good one through the first 40 minutes. An Edgewood Cougar goal scored by Heidi Edens has given Edgewood the 1-0 advantage as we get set to start. As we get ready to start the second half, Edgewood will kick it off. Edgewood going from our left to right. Northwest going from right to left. Edgewood controlling the kick and cleared out of bounds by number 6.
Edgewood throwing.
Cammie Ford. She's a sophomore defender on this Knights team. This ball into the box will be scooped up by Amanda Sickles, one of 5 seniors on this Knights team. Hoping for an equalizer here in the second 40 minutes. This off the head of Melanie Wisback, and Edgewood clears it back into the middle and starts to push it ahead. Good defensive play by number 10, Sierra Boyd. This chipped ahead and battling forward through the midfield. Played into the middle, number 11. Trying to send it ahead. Instead, Edgewood has to drop back onto the foot of Sierra Stevens. She'll send it up the left side, and chipping it ahead is number 3, Maddie Workley. This off the foot of number 21, Quinn Newman, a senior defender on this team, and then that shot goes sailing out of bounds.
Goal kick, Northwest.
Just the whack whack. Only if TV had sound effects. Knights will kick it away off the foot of Sierra Boyd. Edgewood able to quickly get back on the attack. Drops it back, and a booming kick that misses the target. Another goal kick.
Goal kick, Northwest.
We talked about Northwest and their record. We'll get back to that momentarily. Cougars on the attack. This ball sent in, headed away onto the foot of Cammie Ford. He clears it, and Edgewood looks to settle things down. Fires it back into the middle. A collision between Cammie Ford and number 19 for Edgewood. This up along the near touchline, thrown out of bounds. Edgewood quickly throws it in off the foot of Kylie Feldman. Well, the Knights are 0-1-1, and that one tie came against Middletown. Each team captured 5 goals. Now Northwest on the attack. Sends this one over to number 16. Gabrielle Harper. And then this up along the near touchline right in front of the Edgewood bench. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Northwest.
Northwest.
Knights will throw it in, a short one. And our match official in the middle signals it'll go to Edgewood. So an incorrect throw in. And Northwest able to pick it up and start it ahead. Knights looking for an equalizer. Chipping this one ahead and clearing it to the near side. Back to settle this one down. Good battle between Kylie Feldman and Edgewood's number 12, Cardi Smith. Now a foul in the middle.
Foul on Edgewood, Northwest.
Let's go back to the replay. And there's the foul right there. Very obvious. Sierra Boyd will line it up from the 40-yard line. Booming kick off a Edgewood defender. Cleared back out, and Edgewood looks to start it ahead. Off the foot of Heidi Eden, who scored that first goal. Offside flag goes up on the near side.
Offside Edgewood. Free kick Northwest.
Let's go back to the offsides right here. There it is. Just a couple of steps in front of her, but that's all that it takes to draw the flag up. And then Northwest loss came to Baden 6-0.
Throwing Northwest.
Meanwhile, the Cougars are 1-1-1. We will tell you who they beat, lost, and tied to. Their tie came against Eaton. Eaton in a 4-4 draw. They beat Middletown 4-1. And then, of course, losing to Baden 5-0. Up next, they'll take on Harrison. That's after they battle Princeton. Good save, and then it's knocked out of bounds for an Edgewood throw-in.
Edgewood throw-in.
Sierra Boyd tight roping that sideline with Edgewood's Alea Bennett. Throw in for Edgewood in the box. Nobody there, cleared out of bounds by number 12.
Edgewood throw-in.
Sierra Stevens throws it in. Back to Stevens. Tried to play it ahead off her foot. Chipped ahead. And the ball bounces back just past the 30-yard line off the head of number 16. Edgewood will try to settle things down. They'll slide it over to Sierra Stevens. Stevens couldn't connect. Her pass was picked up by Melanie Wisback, and Northwest starts to push it forward. And then a misconnecting pass is booted away by the Edgewood goalkeeper. Now this pass will be scooped up by Amanda Sickles and then booted almost to midfield. Play continues. Players colliding to the field. No foul, and we play on. And then that pass skipped under the foot of number 16. That's Gabrielle Harper. This pass skipped, headed off number 11, Riley Todd. Now Zoe Stevens had possession momentarily. Edgewood intercepts and they clear it up the near touchline. Back to settle things down as Sierra Boyd. Trying to track her down is Sierra Stevens. Ball's out of bounds. It'll belong to Edgewood. About 8 minutes played here in the second half. Edgewood trying to take a 2-0 advantage. Northwest looking for an equalizer. This played back to the foot of Alexis Feltz. Cleared through the midfield onto the foot of Casey Short, firing a shot. May have been deflected. It'll roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Goal kick, Northwest.
Waiting to see whether that ball was going to go to the left of the flagpole or to the right. Either way, it was going to be Northwest possession. Sierra Boyd kicks it away. Out of bounds, it'll belong to Northwest. Kylie Feldman will throw it in for the Knights. Couple of steps she takes and fires a ball. Bounces off Melanie Wisback, and then this ball booted in back to Boyd, who tries to settle things down. Keep it in place. She turns and wheels one back along the near touchline. Intercepted by Riley Todd. Pass, headed down by Riley Todd, and then a foul in the middle committed by Edgewood. So Northwest will pick up possession as we go back to the foul. Little push from behind. That will draw the whistle every time. Melanie Wisback starts it and intercepted momentarily by Natalie Wiz. Haley Russell has it, sends it ahead, trying to connect with Melanie Wisback, and this ball bouncing around. A couple of Cougars heading it, and then they try to settle things down. Edgewood up the far touchline, tries to keep it in play. Good defense by Quinn Newman. Ball's knocked out of bounds for an Edgewood throw-in. Edgewood into the box, knocked around a couple of times. It'll go out of bounds for Edgewood's 6th corner kick of the night for the Cougars. Also, let me know when you want to do the volunteer graphic. We'll do that. All right. That's fine. I'll read the TV schedules coming up here. Corner kick coming up for Edgewood. They play it short. Fire it into the box. Boyd has to clear it out. It's headed and deflected out of bounds for another Edgewood corner kick.
Corner kick, Edgewood.
Becca Ballard waiting to substitute in for the Northwest Knights during the next dead ball opportunity. Riley Todd will service the ball in for the Cougars. Curving towards the goal, kicked around, and a scissor kick will be picked up by the Knights goalkeeper. Cougars chip it ahead to the foot of Cardi Smith. And then Northwest intercepts. Back come the Knights. Up ahead. Gabrielle Harper being contested. Harper sends it. And Northwest tries to settle things down. Russell has it. Knocked away, and Edgewood will pick it up and try to carry the momentum down the field. Intercepted by Kylie Feldman. Feldman in a battle with Edgewood's Alea Bennett. Bounces back to Gabrielle. She's onside. Firing one right on target, but it was held. Go back to the interception, and it's a tough angle for a shot. Knights controlling through the midfield. Feldman battling with Edgewood's Kylie Miller. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Northwest throw-in. A couple of substitutions coming on for the Cougars of Edgewood. Kyle Evans and our Waycross crew from Northwest High School. Glad you're joining us tonight for Southwestern Ohio Conference Soccer. It's a girls' showdown between the Knights and Cougars. Edgewood slides it ahead off the foot of number 27. May have got away with a handball right there. And Edgewood continues down the sideline. Natalie Wortley into the corner. Intercepted and knocked out of bounds by Sierra Boyd, the captain. Edgewood throw-in quickly comes by Natalie Wortley. What'd you say? Okay, thanks. This ball up along the near touchline right in front of the Northwest bench will belong to Edgewood. Thank you for checking. I'm not going to say anything. Knights weaving through traffic. Melanie Wisback drops it off. Whiffing on the pass. And then completely embarrassed is number 3 in blue. More substitutions. It'll be for Northwest as Hannah Chimento checking into the game. Got that one right. I also wanted to. Yeah, guys sitting right here next to me. If I don't say a name right, he might give me the evil stare. He said most of the time he can't get away. That's funny. Knights throwing along the far touchline. Just about 24 minutes and some change left here in the second half as this ball goes sailing out of bounds. Well, interested in checking out tonight's game, you can watch it on Spectrum Channel 4 Wednesday, August 30th at 7 o'clock, and on Cincinnati Bell Optics 8, Channel 854, September 6th at 3 o'clock.
In the game for Northwest, number 18, Bailey Russell.
We need your help. If you are interested in helping out Waycross, call 513-825-2429 or visit www.waycross.tv/volunteers.hdml. We would really appreciate your help. Anything from running a camera to working in the truck, graphics and replay. We would appreciate your help.
Pressure up.
Those games continue on Spectrum 979 Thursday, August 31st at 11 a.m. And then on Cincinnati Bell Optics 850 Sunday, September 3rd. Cougars down the far sideline, knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Edgewood.
Edgewood.
And then also on Monday, September 4th at 8 p.m. You can also catch it on Cincinnati Bell Optics September 3rd at 10 a.m. Or you can go to Waycross's website. Check out these games. Booming ball out of the reach of
Wide right.
Avery Stahlberg.
Goal kick, Northwest.
And that'll be a goal kick for the Knights. This off the foot of Jenna Evans, no relation to me.
Goal kick, Northwest.
Knights getting set to send it away. The lights are on here at Northwest High School. Gorgeous night for soccer here in the tri-state area. Got the privilege last year of watching the Mason Comets and the Beaver take on Beaver Creek in a OHSA soccer playoff game, and it was a fantastic match. Beaver Creek went on to win. Of course, in the postseason, the rules are a little bit different. Somebody has to win, so extra time and penalty kicks. But tonight, 40 minutes in the second half, plus 40 minutes in the first half as Edgewood sends it ahead. Booming kick off the foot of number 19, Kylie Miller. We're going to take another look at it. Edgewood getting back and hurry, and then good kick by number 19 in blue. Just about halfway through the second half. This off the shoulder of Haley Russell. Settled down to the foot of Zoe Steffens and then headed right to number 11. That's Hannah Chimento. Edgewood with sloppy passing. Sends it ahead. Tried to double team and then chip one, but she missed the goal wide. A couple of substitutions for Northwest. Harley Warren checking back in. Battling for possession along the near touchline. It'll go off Edgewood, so it'll belong to the Knights of Northwest.
Edgewood throwing.
Another throw in.
Northwest throwing.
Kylie Feldman will throw it in.
Edgewood throwing.
We mentioned that Talawanda is idle tonight. Edgewood Cougars won't see the Indians of Talawanda until September 26th. Are they the Indians? Same thing. We'll go with it. Hopefully no one from Talawanda is watching the Edgewood Northwest Soccer League. That would be the Talawanda Braves. My mistake on that, but they're idle tonight. Everyone else is playing. No final scores have been final yet. If one of them does go final here in the conference, as Northwest firing one right on target, she buries it. Northwest Melanie Whitman picks up the goal for Northwest and levels it at one apiece. That starts with a fantastic pass, able to get by the Edgewood defender, and Edgewood goalie coming way out to challenge the pass, and number 22 in white buries the goal, and we're level at one apiece. I didn't see you get excited. I didn't hear you get excited. But I hear you cheering back there going, come on, ladies. I wanted to hear you go, go. I know, Doug. I know. Trouble in the box. Northwest tries to clear it out of harm's way, and they do just that. So with just about 19 minutes to go, Melanie Wisback has drew Northwest level with Edgewood. Cougars firing a shot. Nice save. And it's going to go out of bounds for another corner kick for the Cougars. Corner kick coming for the Edgewood Cougars. Just over 17 and a half minutes to play here in regulation. Corner kick comes in, played short. Battling along the far touchline, sends this one in, but it's wide. That'll be a goal kick.
Northwest.
Knights will kick it away over a couple of Northwest defenders, and Edgewood tries to settle it down. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Let's go back to that shot opportunity before the corner kick, and a fantastic save by Amanda Sickles for Northwest. Edgewood Cougars down the line. Tripped up and taken out of bounds. We'll take another look at it. There's the collision and the takedown. The official's flag went up.
Free kick, Edgewood.
So a free kick for the Cougars. Sierra fires it into the box. Shot off target, blocked in front by a Northwest Knight, bouncing up in the air. Northwest trying to clear. Chaos at about the 25-yard line. And then Northwest tries to clear, but Edgewood able to intercept and fire it back in on goal, and scooped up and held by Amanda Sickles, the senior goalkeeper on this team. We're in the second half, just about 15 minutes to play. Northwest and Edgewood are level. Here come the Cougars. Boyd comes up in a fantastic tackle, and then Boyd hands it right back. Carter Smith. And then this shot missed off the foot of Sierra Barker. Let's go back to the shot opportunity. Excellent setup on the pass. And then shanks it over the goal.
In the game for Northwest, number 4, Jenna Helmer.
Knights and Cougars, down the stretch we go, trying to find a late tie-breaking goal. This bounces over the head of Gabrielle Harper, and then a foul in the middle, and the possession will favor Edgewood. Let's go back to the foul as the ball's coming down, a little bit of a collision in the back. Sent ahead, bouncing right in on goal. Couple of dangerous balls throughout this match that both goalkeepers have done a fantastic job of. Gabrielle back on defense, winds up on her foot, continuing to battle with Casey Short, and then Edgewood able to clear it down. Chipped off. Number 10 may have been a handball, but the official did not call anything. And then an interception and a booming kick that goes wide. All that and a mad scramble. We're going to set it all up for you right here. Yeah. Then the missed opportunity, and then the shot missed wide. All that could have cost Northwest a goal. Instead, we're still 1-1. Knights trying to apply the defense, but Edgewood's kind of holding possession here, and they were into the half for the last, I'd say, 10 minutes or so. Throw in along the far touchline. Edgewood boots it in. Off the head as they try to connect with Carter Smith. It rolls out of bounds. And another corner kick for Edgewood. 7th or 8th corner kick of the night for the Cougars, looking to capitalize late in regulation time. Hey, after a game sometime, like a weekend, we'll go grab some food or something. I know you go with Jason. Short corner kick. Northwest clears it up into the air. And a foul will be committed
Free kick, Northwest.
on Cardi Smith for Edgewood. Ball's knocked out of bounds. The Knights will throw it in. 12 minutes to play. This chip back off the foot of Alexis Feltz. Feltz will turn and lift it down the near touchline and put out a play by Sierra Boyd. She's done a fantastic job all game long defensively, number 10 in white. She is a junior defender on this team. And a collision as we go back to number 4, taken down in the box. We play on. Ref's going to call a foul against Northwest for the hold. Let's go back to that replay one more time. Here's the hold right there, right side of your screen. Ball will belong to Northwest. Just about 10.5 minutes left here in regulation time. Cougars and Knights battling for a conference win. Both these teams were under 500 in conference play last year. It is a small conference. 6 teams in the conference? 7-team conference.
Northwest.
And last year, the Knights in the conference were 3-3-0. This sent up in front of the Edgewood bench, and they turn and chip it ahead to Melanie Wisback, and Edgewood able to intercept and battling for position. Bouncing around right in front of the Edgewood bench as the coaching staff looks on late. Each team trying to pick up a win. And
Hey, don't be a spectator. Let's go.
battling through the midfield, Northwest tries to pick it up. Zoe Steffens does, and she's taken down. We'll take another look at it. Here's the collision and the push. That was 10 that did it, right? Referee having some words with Sierra Boyd after the play. There was no card awarded. We have not seen any yellow cards tonight. Ball goes out of bounds to Northwest. Off the chest of Melanie, and the Knights weaving through traffic. Good defensive play by number 3 in blue, Maddie. And then she has it taken away by Haley Russell. Those two continue to battle. Edgewood wins possession, and then Northwest sends it right back and scooped up by the goalkeeper. Ball kicked to midfield off of Becca Ballard. Slips it ahead to number 12, Cardi Smith, up the right side, and the flag goes up. A couple of opportunities have been negated by the offside. We'll take another look at it right here. And well into offside position is number 12, about 3 yards ahead of the ball. Boyd fires it ahead. Over the head of Melanie Wisback and cleared back down the field. And a race for the ball between Northwest and Edgewood. It's kicked out of bounds by the Knights' Cammie Ford. She was trying to track down Heidi Edens, who scored that first half goal. And then with 19 minutes left in the second half, a goal scored by number 22, Melanie Wisback, has drew things level. Edgewood throws it in along the far touchline. Kicked down by the Knights. Deflected off a couple of people. Charging was the goalkeeper. And then that ball cleared out of bounds. That was Kylie Miller on the attack for the Edgewood Cougars. Just over 6 minutes to play. No stoppage time. After 6 minutes, the whistle blows. Cougars into the box, sliding forward to make a save was Amanda Sickles. She's done a fantastic job all night. Was beaten only one time, of course. Each goalkeeper was. That ball out of bounds.
Edgewood throwing.
Cougars taking it up the near touchline. Trying to intercept was Northwest. They send it ahead, and that pass is intercepted by number 17. Cougars weaving through traffic, trying to find a late goal here in a conference showdown. Send ahead and fired wide for a goal kick.
Goal kick, Northwest.
Goal kick coming for Northwest.
Northwest.
I mentioned earlier that the Knights will take on Winton Woods in a quick turnaround. They will battle the Warriors tomorrow. This ball knocked out of bounds by Kylie Feldman. Good defensive play by the Knights all night long. Fantastic getting into position and blocking balls left and right. She did it again just right there. And then she does it again right on cue.
Edgewood throwing.
Cougars will throw it in. Alexis Feltz fires it in. Mr. Target, and the Knights trying to clear it out of bounds. It'll belong to Edgewood. Last touched by Cammie Ford. A sophomore defender. Firing this one in. Nobody home. Northwest clears. Cougars kick it back. And waiting back is Gabrielle. Trying to send it ahead and connect with Melanie Witzbach, who already has a goal. Picked up by Haley Russell as she takes it up the near touchline. Russell, little backdoor pass. Back to Russell. Plays onside. It's knocked out of bounds and kicked out of bounds by the Edgewood Cougars. It's a Knights corner kick. Substitution first, as Sierra Boyd will come on and heading off to the bench. Will be Haley Russell. Corner kick on the way. Off the target. Sat there momentarily. Northwest gets a second crack at it. Shot into the box, was knocked away. Battling for position. Taken down. We play on. And then a foul, a late foul to the chagrin of Edgewood. We'll take another look at it right here. Here's the trip. I like it. How about? It's hard to see on this monitor. Free kick will be taken by Harley Warren. Firing this one. And right on target. Batted away. Kick into the goal. I think that was 22 again. Well, you play the game all the way to the buzzer. Here's the free kick. Goalie couldn't handle it. And 22, Melanie Wisbach gets her second goal of the night, has given the Northwest Knights a 2-1 advantage. Now Edgewood trying to respond with just under 2 minutes to play. Can the Cougars tie things up? Battling for position. Gabrielle Harper was taken down. No foul, and we play on. Here comes Edgewood. Now the Cougars on the attack. Sends it ahead up the far touchline. Trying to get there is number 11. Riley Todd, she does so. Sends it, drops it back to Jenna Evans. And then sent ahead And here comes Melanie Wisback. Melanie Wisback trying to get the hat trick cleared all the way to their goalkeeper, then quickly fired ahead. Final minute. Northwest Knights trying to hang on for a conference win on their home pitch.
Go, Cardi!
Edgewood tap dancing and cleared back down. Melanie Wisback, have yourself a game. 2 goals tonight for number 22 in white. And a header off of Wisback, and here comes Edgewood in the transition. This one cleared out of bounds. Half a minute to play. The clock continues to roll. Cougars looking for a late equalizer. Cardi Smith throws it into the box. Over the head, chipping it up in front and knocked down. Sent in front, and Northwest clearing. Play continues, and they'll clear it out of harm's way. 12 seconds to go. Another throw-in for Northwest if they can get them a soccer ball. Final seconds waning off the clock. They'll fire it in, and the whistle will blow. 40 minutes.
Final score, Northwest 2, Edgewood 1.
So the final whistle blows. Number 22, Melanie Wisback, have yourself a ball game. How about a pair of goals for number 22 in white? And the home team captures a 2-1 victory. Once again, our final score from Northwest High School, the Knights 2, the Edgewood Cougars 1. For Kyle Evans and our entire Waycross crew, including our producer Tony Suarez, saying so long and good night from Northwest.